Let's head out now to New York's 11th District, where embattled Congressman Michael Grimm, he is holding a 4-point lead in the latest polls over his Democratic challenger, Recchia. Andrew rejoins us with more.
Rich, most of the focus in this race will be on his opponent, but Recchia is no stranger to voters in the Brooklyn portion of the 11th Congressional District. Recchia represented Southern Brooklyn for 12 years on the city council, but much of this district is Staten Island, a much more Republican borough, and also home to embattled two-term Republican Michael Grimm. Grimm is under indictment on charges connected to a health food store he once owned and is known for threatening a reporter at the State of the Union address. Rich?
Thanks, Andrew. Now, Dominic Carter, he spoke with Mr. Recchia about the race. Here's Dominic.
Well, you and I go back many, many years, and let me begin this way. This race is oh so close, and it's a little hard to understand. There's the multiple count federal indictment for Mr. Grimm. There's the threatening of the television reporter. There is the running his campaign on a shoestring budget. Why is this race with Mr. Grimm so close with less than a month to go?
In my opinion, it's not close. We're pulling ahead out there when I'm campaigning day in and day out, talking to the people. They're excited about getting a new congressman, and I'm pulling ahead in this. I'm going to win this race. We already made over 500,000 phone calls, knocked on over 75,000 doors, registered over 7,500 new voters. People are excited about what I stand for. We have a grassroots campaign. Hundreds of volunteers, people coming from all over, people on Staten Island saying, I can't wait. We need a congressman that we can be proud of. Someone that's going to fight for the middle class, go to Washington, fight for middle class tax cuts. Someone that's going to talk about and go and get college affordability. Just think about this. Our college student loans, 7 and 8% interest for our students who go to college and they graduate. We have more student debt today than credit card debt. That's unacceptable. And as a congressman, we have to address that. And we have to address the transportation, especially here on Staten Island.
Is this race really about character?
This race is about, I got in this race 2 years ago. I got in this race because I knew I could beat Michael Grimm, and I knew that he was not representing the district. He says one thing in the district, goes to Washington and votes against us. Like in sequestration. He was on TV, how he was going to fight to stop it, he's against it, but then he voted for sequestration. And those cuts devastated Staten Island and Brooklyn. There was a daycare center that got their funding from the Head Start. It was going to close. And because I was the finance chairman, Borough President Jimmy Otto, Councilwoman Debbie Rose came to me, said we have to stop this. And we were able to save the funding. But it's programs like that he cut, he hurt, and he was nowhere to be found. And it just didn't stop with sequestration. He voted to shut down the government. And the people of this district should never forget that.
Mr. Grimm himself has said that his problems will disappear after he has his day in court in December.
It's not about Michael Grimm's problems, but why should we have to wait? He's not paying attention to his district. He's not doing his job. When the mayor calls a meeting, he goes to a Justin Timberlake concert. When the mayor calls meetings, he's nowhere to be found. When his colleagues have press conferences, he's nowhere to be found. Where are you, Michael Grimm? He's too busy preparing for trial when he should be paying attention to the people of this district. That's what I'm doing.
I close this way. Do you believe if Mr. Grimm is reelected, he will plea bargain and use to his advantage that he'll step down from office to avoid jail time?
The people of this district are going to vote for me because they want someone who's going to concentrate and focus on them 100%. Focus on bringing back what they need to address the needs of the working families, raise the minimum wage, address the transportation issue on the island, lower the tolls on the Verrazano Bridge. That's what they want. They don't want someone who has a sideshow. They want someone they could be proud of. They deserve better because they know with me, it's not about party politics, it's personal.
All right, Dominic, thank you. Now, coming up next, former Congressman Nan Hayworth. She's vying to get her old job back, and we spoke about that interesting race in the always controversial 18th. Talk about that, her political ambitions, and more straight ahead.